Everybody, it is time to talk about moss. One of the big challenges of making your way onto land from previous life forms like algae is you had to anchor yourself in this new world emerging with air and atmosphere. And so moss, they don't have true stems, they don't have true leaves, they don't have true roots. They just kind of anchor themselves. You can imagine them crawling their way out of ponds and things like that. They do have something called alternation of generations, which is pretty cool. It's like you and I, we spend some of our lives as sperm or an egg, and then the rest of our lives as an adult, which is called a sporophyte. And when we were sperm and eggs, we were gametophytes. Well, moss live their whole life as their gametophyte form, and then they kick out their sporophyte form when they're ready to reproduce. So you've got a little moss growing on the side here. What you're really seeing is the adult-sized sex cells living and breathing, and then they kick out little weird things when they're ready to make babies. And so then this is the jump, this evolutionary jump. Get onto land. How do you get onto land? Previous life forms that were photosynthetic would be algae. Algae grow on land and in the ocean. They have cell walls, chloroplasts, big vacuoles, but they're all the same cell. They don't have root cells and stem cells and leaf cells. It's just a big colony of copied cells. So to get onto land, be in the air, obviously still near moisture, they require raindrops to come in and spread them around. That's why they live in cracks and in shady places. Can't resist the sun very well. And so moss is pretty cool. There's tons and tons of different kinds of moss. And then they're gonna jump from moss. What is the next evolutionary step that we need to talk about? Well, we need to get farther onto land, and to do that we need better tubing systems and better reproductive systems. So that's where we're gonna be moving on to ferns, which we'll talk about next.